Hi. When I call myself fat, I'm not calling myself ugly. I'm not calling myself worthless. I'm not calling myself a monster. I'm just calling myself fat.
I burped in his face. And now he's throwing up.
I could have my tummy out, even if it's just on TikTok for clout. And if you got something to say, shut your mouth, cause I'm a hot ass bitch. I'm a hot ass bitch.
This is my announcement that I'm fat and I'm perfectly okay with that. And if you're not, find a new fucking hobby.
Wait, are you wearing a bra?
No, I took that thing off. It was getting in the way of my girls.
Marek, I command you to put a bra on this instant.
I refuse! My melons were meant to be free!
Marek, cease this foolishness.
I can jiggle if I want to. I can leave my bra behind, cause my boobs don't bounce, and if they don't bounce, well, they're no boobs of mine.
Okay, y'all. So I'm trying to figure something out, right? A lot of men claim that they don't like big girls, right? Yeah, okay, whatever. But anyways, so they claim they don't like big girls. But what I think is so weird is like when I talk to a friend or a client and they're telling me the story about how they got cheated on, they always get cheated on with big girls. So somebody's lying. And I think we all know who it is.
Little New Year's Eve dry run. Trying on the dress, trying on the shirt. Happy early New Year's.
Okay, this might be super niche content, but if anyone else grew up fat, is this something that you can relate to, or like, is it just me? So a couple of weeks ago, someone that I don't know very well did something really nice for me and thoughtful in a social setting. Like, it was a really small thing. And I was like, oh, why would he do that? And the only way that my brain could rationalise it was like, oh, he must fancy me, because why else would anyone do that? But at the same time, I knew that something in my logic wasn't making sense, and so I really thought about it. When I was thinking about it, I realised that I came to the conclusion that he must fancy me because straight men so often will just not give a fat woman the time of day to even be polite. Like, if you even... Today, I made eye contact with a man by accident because I just looked in his direction, and he was like, he looked away so quickly because he didn't want me to get the wrong idea, I guess. I don't know, maybe not, but like that happens to me a lot. So basically I realised that like I took an action that was like bare minimum polite as something much more because I receive such a lack of respect from men because I'm fat.
And she, like did Poseidon's bit. She was very loyal to her father, and I'm distracted. She was very loyal to her father, and in the war, for land and sea. She was like covering up all the land with water, and Zeus was like, I don't like that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn you into a gross sea monster and chain you to the floor of the ocean, and you'll have an incredible thirst for water all the time forever, because I can't be a good sport. And Poseidon didn't seem to care. So poor Charybdis, she became like, there aren't a whole lot of descriptions about what she looks like, but seems like a generic sea monster. Also might quite literally be the embodiment of a whirlpool. So adventurers would have to sail through a particular like set of cliffs, and on one side of the cliffs is Scylla, and she will use all 6 of her heads to eat 6 guys off the boat. And on the other side of the cliff is Charybdis, and she will suck down your whole ship in a whirlpool. So a notable incident of this was in the Odyssey, and the witch Circe, who I'm mad at, told Odysseus, like, you should go near Scylla, because it's much better to lose 6 men than it is to lose your whole ship. And Odysseus was like, I agree, sacrifice. So that's what they did. They sailed near Scylla, and 6 of the guys got eaten. Then they went to an island, and Zeus was mad at them for an unrelated thing that's not part of this story. And there was a storm, and then Odysseus' crew died, and they all drowned in an unrelated water thing. And then Odysseus had like a raft, and he sailed past Charybdis, and Charybdis tried to suck him down in her big whirlpool mouth, and like the raft got stuck in her mouth, and he held on to a fig tree, and then he was okay, and there was some symbolism there. And then he washed up on an island where he was an immortal trophy husband for 7 years. So that is pretty much what is known about Scylla and Charybdis. I like that they're sisters. I think that they should be friends and stop murdering people, and then everything would be nice.
Fat people only. How do you understand the term mid-size?
Okay, I have been thinking about this since I saw a size 8 designer describe herself as mid-size, and it was like, you wear a size 8. You can shop anywhere. You do not need a special description for your body. You're straight size. Be straight size. And it feels a bit like people that cling to the term mid-size, especially if they wear under a size 14, really are doing the size washing equivalent of leaning forward and pointing out how their body has rolls as a way to align themselves with the oppression of fatness without actually having to be fat. And to be honest, for the most part, I don't really care how people describe their bodies. I do care the fact that brands are starting to capitalize on this and offering mid-size as their definition of size inclusion, which is harmful to actual fat people.
This is the perfect video to talk about the fact that thin people feel obligated, like they have the right to talk about larger bodies just because they are in a thin one. Like, y'all obsession with us is getting out of control, like just straight up weird. You guys wake up and create these fake scenarios in your head just to further paint fat people in a negative light. Like, there aren't a bunch of fat people trying to break down your door to date you. Sorry. This video was strictly made to just further push the agenda of fatphobia, period. If society didn't paint fat people in a negative light, there would be no reason why anybody wouldn't want to date us. But instead, you guys want to hold on to this logic that you're not dating fat people all on your own, even though society coerced you into feeling that way. We don't grow 2 heads at night. Fat people are some of the most hilarious, gorgeous, amazing people that I have ever met. The plus size community on this app is absolutely fucking amazing, and people should be honored to date anybody from that platform. But I'm not surprised at this video because lately there has been an influx of people coming onto social media just to talk about how much they hate fat people. And not only that, I am quite disappointed in TikTok in itself as well. Because even when you try to report the videos of people being bullied or people talking shit or harassing fat people, TikTok says that there's no violation. Meanwhile, the comment section is literally a safe space for people to commiserate with how much they hate fat people. So that is not a preference. A preference is I prefer blondes over brunettes. Saying you don't date fat people or never want to is absolutely discrimination. Because the reason you are not dating fat people is rooted in hate. You guys prove every day how much you hate fat people. The fact that you guys refuse to educate yourself on the plus size experience, the fact that you guys never take any videos or body positivity movement videos seriously, the fact that you don't take fat feelings seriously is fatphobia. And lastly, just to leave with this, it is so ironic that the people talking shit about fat people are always thin, when at the end of the day, if you even mention anything remotely negative towards thin people, they will be mad as fuck in the comment section. Like, the people who make these videos can never take what they dish out. Which is exactly why this girl turned off her comments on all of her videos, and you can't stitch or duet any of them. If you're gonna say something, say it with your whole chest. Thanks.
So tonight was not a good gym night, and I want to talk about it. Hopefully I can do this without rambling. I want to first clarify that I'm not one of those gym girlies that is going to the gym for a number on the scale. I'm fat with love. I am a plus size person, but I'm not going to the gym to make myself smaller. I'm going there to move my body because it feels good and it's good for my mental health. Being a plus size person, I have had bad experiences at the gym, as a lot of fat people have, and like most fat people, that introduces a little bit of anxiety into my experiences moving forward. That being said, I am on social media enough to know about how men talk about fat women. Men in general, but particularly fat women. I don't expect everyone to open the door for me, but when I'm a foot behind you and you held the door open for the two guys in front of you, and then you let it slam in my face after you already looked back at me, okay, but you know what? Maybe I'm just in my head, right? Could have been a number of things. Go to the bathroom, place my bag down in front of one of the mirrors, turn around, tiny woman taking up entire mirror. She looks at me, I look at her, I grab my bag and move to another mirror. Once again, it's not personal. Girl, it's not because you're fat. She just knew the mirror, okay? Yes. I Stairmaster, then I go to treadmill, just doing some casual walking at an incline, you know, as one does. And a lot of gyms have mirrors in front of areas. And in front of these treadmills is a huge mirror. Every single time that I looked up in a mirror, this one particular woman was staring at me. Every single time I looked up, she was already looking at me. So I eventually did one of these, and she looked away. Here's the thing. Do I know all three of these things could have had nothing to do with my body size? Yeah, I do know that. Have I also had strange men come up to me and tell me that I shouldn't be lifting weights because I should be focused on cardio right now? I have had that. In the moment, I just went, okay. But if that happened today, be a very different story. The point of me sharing all this isn't just to say that this kind of stuff gets to me, but more to say if you experience things like this too, and your experiences as a fat person buzz in your mind while experiencing these things, you are not alone. You're not alone. And even though I am much more confident now than I was when I was first getting unsolicited advice about my body from grown men, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't have nights where I'm just a little too tired to be having to deal with this too. But I had to remind myself, I am in this gym for me. I deserve to be here just as much as anyone else. And if they're staring for good reason because I'm cute as fuck. And so are you. So find ways to move your body that feel comfy, that bring you joy. Please remember, for every douchebag there is judging you, there is someone like me rooting you on. Because I kind of needed that reminder tonight too. Okay, that's it. Bye.